from my belongings on the Bhava Meditation Center, I'm sure I may not be safe because of attachment on natural disaster. Attachment, because of attachment on was experience, I'm sure to experience I may face with was experience. But I emphasize on mindfulness with detachment. Then the other. Then most of the people or organization. The power of attachment and detachment are opposite. Attachment is not safe. Detachment is safe. So I use the power of detachment in choosing new meditation center, choosing the land for new meditation center. And also I use the power of detachment to choose the suitable time. I'm not urgent. I'm using not only the power of living beings, but also the power of non-living beings or infinite universe. That's why I can choose the more safe place or location, not only for me, but also for the others. You are also attaching on the bad experience or natural disaster. That's why you are not safe with natural disaster. This is the same for everyone, but I emphasize on mindfulness with detachment. So the power of detachment can choose for me the more safe place, the more safe time, the more safe building. In 2 or 3 months, I use wooden house, 2-story wooden house, and also container. They are safe for earthquake also. This is the power of detachment. Besides, I can choose the more safe location from natural disaster. I'm not the engineer, I'm not skillful in making building, but I'm skillful in mindfulness and detachment. In this way, I'm safe from COVID-19, which is global virus. I'm safe from shooting, killing each other. Because of helping many people for their safety. I am able to detach from living beings and non-living beings. That's why I don't have much problem with any living beings and any non-living beings. Most of the people or living beings have attachment on living beings and non-living beings. That's why they are not safe with living beings and non-living beings. If you cannot detach from money, you may have problems concerned with monies or finance. So if you can detach, finance may not be problem for you. I am dealing with many donors and also many needy people. If I cannot manage, I may be in danger. But I have been solving this problem for over 70 years continuously. That's why. Using the donated items and monies are not the problems for me. I can handle for safety. But I'm difficult to explain because I use the power of detachment. I learned by practice, so I am skillful in teaching practically. I am not much skillful in teaching theoretically or verbally. But I'm not attaching on teaching verbally. That's why I can teach more and more in the future. Because I'm also detaching from my weakness.
As I understand, is that people is not safe is because of their attachment
Yes.
on belonging and stuff and houses and lands, etc.
Yes.
That's why they cannot escape earthquake and other
Yes.
disaster. So if we want to solve the root cause, we have to solve the mind. Not only review the
Sure.
pattern. It's really difficult.
Mm.
If we can review, okay, it's easier, but
Yes.
to solve the root cause and to help people keep sila and detach from their belongings is more difficult.
We can repeat, but not with attachment, but with detachment. I'm also, I will repeat in Zakai. Two-story building was damaged. We may need to rebuild again in Zakai with the donation of Longham Temple. That was the fence, the brick fence of the center fell down. I can repeat, but I can detach from danger, natural disaster. That's why I don't worry.
Can you explain more about rebuild with detachment? Because what is the difference between rebuild with attachment and detachment? How would you know that rebuild like that will detach from danger? Because if if you can show the people that is work, then I think a lot of country in the world can do the same thing.
I can choose the suitable construction material. I can choose the suitable time. That the land in the sky, no grasping on this time, this kind of building like this kind of tuna. That's why I can make construction safely. I will use the power of stable and pure mind in using the land and building. Therefore, the land and building will be safe. More than the other land and building.
From my experience, by following you and practice mindfulness and detachment, I know for myself it's true, but I also try to find a way to explain with those who don't see the same thing. Like for example, if they just see the building like that, it's difficult for them to trust that building is safe. For me, I know it's safe because there is a lot of goodies built by a lot of goodies, and you're not detecting on time. If you build it fast, it might not be good, or if you build it with a lot of attachment, it cannot sustain. And what I see during the time I stay here in Tallinn, I can feel the energy, like I can feel the energy of protection, but it's difficult to explain that kind of experience with those who only see by the appearance. So that's why I also try to find a way to explain for them, even also with the way you are using money to do goodies. I understand that this is the best way to do, because if we just stick on the purpose, then the money cannot be used in the best way. But it's also difficult to explain to the donor, because they attack on their money and their purpose. Like, I want to do this, please do this. But they don't have the full picture like you. They don't see and they don't experience. Like today you explained to me how difficult to use the medicine in the right way. But they don't know that. They just know that, okay, this is the patient, this is the victim, so they need medicine. But to use it in the best way. They don't know how. They just attack on their purpose. That's why they send a lot, but it might not be used correctly. But it's difficult to explain, Theodore. Like
because they
without
worry.
they worry.
And their donation may not be able to use in the right way.
Yes.
To the right person.
Yes.
That's why most of their donation will not arrive to the right person and right using. For me, I'm using the donated things money from 2007 till now for over 70 years continuously. I receive more and more donation in the long term, more and more donated items. So I know very well about the side effect of using the donated item. Donated items are difficult to control. Many is we can keep money in the bank or in safe box, but donated items are difficult to keep it and also to use it. Because we are not a businessman, this is not business. That's why we are difficult to keep the donated item safely. But I can detach from the weakness of monastery and nunnery. That's why I can find better and better way in the long term. That's why I'm going to open merit shop for storage and for distribution. Donated items should send direct to the merit shop, merit supermarket like that. In this way, they can keep safely and then they can donate safely or they can sell with the market price. In this way, we can use all the donated items safely in the right way. In this way, we can save merits, more merits than the others. In this way, the Power Center can develop continuously. The Power Center is developing all the time because I'm leading the Power Center. I'm traveling new place. I'm teaching to new people all the time. That's why I can save more merits, more experience, more idea.
From the side of Vietnamese donor, I totally can understand why they are worried about how the monies go, because in the past they may got a lot of fault, like their money is misusing and even got cheated by other people. So they're really careful about how the money is go. So that's why I know the problem here is not the money, it's the attachment of the people about the money. Even with the media team, they are also attacked on how people think and their other people attachment. So they think that by fulfilling the donor wish, the donor will be with you in long term. I agree with that, but also in the reality, the money should flow naturally, not by their desire. That's what I understand. So how should we solve that problem? Should we just be frankly, clearly about how the money is used, or should we find a softer way to explain for them, or we just do it? Like, because you will need to explain again and again, same problem, but they will ask you again and again. I'm thinking of just explain everything in one time and like re-educate them. But it's also need courage for media team to do so, because it's not the way Vietnamese do. Like, you see, I think people in Myanmar is simple compared to people in Vietnam. That's why in Vietnam, the government not allow the people to go for arm round, because a lot of beggar in the past, when Vietnamese suffer the war, after the war, a lot of beggar on the street, so they are begging everything like money and food. So that's why when the monks go arm rounds, there is a risk of a fake monk. They just pretend to be a monk and go for arm rounds like that. So that's why they're not allowed. So same situation with how people worry about the money. So if we be too friendly, they might not be good. Like that's why in the side of the donor, we still have to show the picture for them to keep their mind happy like that. It's make me feel like the way the parent do with their child, like the parent thinking of everything, but they always keep their child calm. And sometimes they not tell the child the whole truth because they want to save the child. But I think someday the child will grow up and they will know the truth. So it's better explain slowly, little by little.
I am full-time donor, so also I am full-time receiver for donation. So from 2007, I have been receiving a lot of donated items. So they donate especially to me. That's why I am responsible to use all the donated items in the best way. So I get the chance to use all the donated items to use in better and better way. So I'm using freely. I'm not grasping do like this or do like that, because I understand this kind of method. I understand the weakness of this method. So I'm not grasping to any method, any person, any donated items. That's why I can make use all of them in better and better way. That's why I became more skillful to use all the donated items. But although I understand very well how to donate in better way, I cannot donate freely because of the purpose of the donor. They want to do like this. In this way, we will do it. But I try to change a little by a little. If I'm obeying to fulfill their needs, they may do the same. So they may not develop in donation. I myself change a little by a little, and then I can donate more and more skillfully. Only by practice we can be skillful in using all the donated items. I was donated not only the money, goods, but also the human resource. I was donated the child, the old people, the sick people, the animals. That's why I got the chance to use many living beings and non-living beings in better way. Because most of the donor may not get the chance to do like this. Therefore, I need to do for them. I'm responsible to develop in doing good deeds.
Okay, I think I know how to talk with her to explain to the donor.
You must explain again and again.
Again
like
again.
my teaching.
Yes.
I have to teach for over many years.
Yes.
And finally they can understand.
Yes. But also we should share with them our experience. I think
Yes.
because of they don't have like what you see, they don't see because they don't have experience. So I can share the story of what you see, so they can see the same thing. Okay, that's I'm satisfied with the question about donation. My second question is about the situation in Myanmar right now. I got the chance to study about the history of Myanmar. So I see in the past there is a lot of civil war within the Myanmar country, and I also see the connection between the politics and the religious. A lot of monks become the kings. Yeah, in like different time of history, a lot of monks become the king, and they reforms the Sangha order, like that. Like they try to change for better. But I see the situation right now is like, if it just like fighting like that, when it will end, and what is the solution for that? I don't understand why Myanmar people, they do a lot of good is concerned with Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, but they also in the past fighting, and now still fighting civil war, not like fighting with other, but within themselves. It made me feel like the fighting within us, because of our ignorance. Ourself is fighting within ourselves, and without the right understanding, it will be always fighting like that, endlessly. Because as I see, Myanmar has a lot of resources, like see from the view of the economy, Myanmar has a lot of potential, but because of the civil war, it feels like I don't know when it will end. It will end in some day, but according to the past, it might cost 100 years, 200 years, like that. After change the king, 100 years, 200 years. So for now, what is the solution for that? Because I still believe that Myanmar is protected by the Triple Gems, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. That's why it's still, even with a lot of fighting, but people here in Myanmar is still have stable mind. Yes, that's the really rare. I mean, if something happened in Vietnam, people will freaking out. But here in Myanmar, fighting a lot, but people still okay.
Maybe Myanmar love fighting, attached strongly on fighting. That's why. Even the political leader, they are fighter.
But they are Buddhists. They should keep 5%, not killing. Is it included fighting, right? Not killing.
They can fight because fighting is strong attachment. Buddhism is not long-lasting Buddhism, only when there is Buddha, there will be Buddhism. But there will be leader, and they will be fighting with each other. So the spirits of fighting strongly rooted, not only in the leader mind, but also in the people of this country. If they are not practicing meditation seriously, they will continue to fight, to kill each other like this. I'm solving this problem, that's why really difficult to detach from fighting, killing. Even if they are not killing, they will continue fighting. Competition in education, business, politics, everything. They want to compete each other.
So why you choose this this battlefield is really difficult. That's problem is like it always happen again and again in the human war, so right? It will happen again and again, fighting and then peaceful for a while and then fighting again, like that. It just happen again and again until we detect from the ignorance. Otherwise, it never ends.
Most of the political leaders are not like Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi may be the most well-known politician who is fighting against the government without weapons, without force. Most of the politicians are not like Gandhi. Myanmar is a Buddhist country, but they may use weapons. They may choose weapons to solve the problem, not endurance, not loving kindness.
Seattle is weird because I heard that after fighting, like after they got promotion or they got the power, they will offering to the monk, and they will build a temple. So why they are fighting, and then after that, like build the temple more? I think inside, like deep inside themselves, they're still afraid of killing, but they cannot detect from that.
Now I'm trying to solve this problem continuously. Now I can do more and more. I can teach more and more. about the power of mindfulness and detachment. Because of not knowing about the power of mindfulness and detachment, they are using many weapon power for their safety and long life as a leader or king. Instead of fighting each other, between among living beings who are chained to fight with ignorance and attachment. This is real fighting.
Okay. About Tallinn and Daegu, I'll ask you later.